You know the feeling. Your calendar is full, your inbox is overflowing, and you are operating at top speed from the moment you wake up. Yet beneath all that noise, there is a creeping anxiety that you are completely motionless. We routinely substitute perpetual, directionless activity for actual progress. You end up exhausted, but when the dust settles, your position hasn't changed an inch. Illustration 10 from the Wealth and Joy manuscript visually maps out this trap. The character seated cross-legged illustrates existential paralysis. 3 question marks float over them. The mind is occupied by unresolved variables, creating cognitive gridlock that stops forward movement. This seated position marks the ultimate existential crossroads. It is a state of active stagnation that requires an explicit, structured intervention to break. The intervention is mapped on the right. Answering the prompts on this signpost gets you off the grass. The top arrow asks who, mirrored by 你是谁, establishing your identity. The middle asks why and why are you here? This establishes your context. Standard self-help literature obsesses over these 2 pillars. We spend years journaling and analyzing past events to figure out exactly who we are and why we feel stuck, treating self-discovery as the ultimate finish line. Identity and context generate profound self-awareness, but self-awareness possesses 0 kinetic energy. Without a forward vector, knowing exactly who you are simply means you know exactly who is sitting stuck on the grass. Internal reflection has a strict limit. Generating actual momentum demands an external focal point. That brings us to the bottom arrow on the signpost, asking where, and 你要去往何方, which translates to where are you going? Notice the deliberate visual anomaly here. This final question is singled out with a thick painted yellow underline. That highlight dictates hierarchy. It signals that the destination is the single most critical variable in the equation, taking absolute precedence over both identity and context. This is the principle of actionable certainty. Defining a distinct endpoint is the sole mechanism that converts a static sense of self into active forward movement. You can possess perfect clarity about your personality type and your history, but until you explicitly pick a where, you remain a non-playable character standing perfectly still in your own life. Ignore the mandate of that yellow underline, and you will spend decades perfectly theorizing your existence instead of actively living it. Overthinking is a closed, endless loop. Real progress is strictly linear. You have to force a decision. The antidote to feeling lost is not another guided journal or retreating into deeper self-reflection. It is the brute force selection of a specific point on the horizon. Look at the signpost. Acknowledge who you are. Understand why you are standing at this juncture. But above all else, clearly define where you are going. Stop sitting in the grass waiting for a revelation. Lock in your exact destination and step forward with absolute certainty.